Hello guys and welcome to an NGB gameplay video. I am Ben and I'm joined by Andy and I'm also joined by Jonny.
Hi.
Hello, and we are playing Control.
I'm interested, talk to me.
So this is Remedy's new game.
Yeah.
We need to go in here at the minute to research. Now research is currently not an area that I've unlocked, so we need to go through here. I say I've not unlocked it, this is kind of a fresh playthrough. So research centre, there we go. So this will drop you down to research.
So you know what you're doing?
Yes.
But we don't know what you're doing.
No.
Because we've never seen this before.
No, you haven't. So, you play as Jessie Faden.
Sure.
Who is she's stumbled into the Federal Bureau of Control, which is this place. And you can see here, you basically become the director of the FBC.
Right,
okay.
right.
Is that just because you happen to be there and they needed a director?
I love this, by the way. Whenever you go into a new area, it just pops up on the screen like that and tells you where you are. It's really cool.
It's a very stylised TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are playing this on PC. The reason it's running at 30 frames a second is because I only have an RTX 2060.
Oh, you only have an RTX?
Only, yes.
Only. Oh, you only have
but if you see down here, you can see a lot of the reflections. That is because this is using the real-time ray tracing. And it does look amazing. Like, oh, hello, what's going on?
Look at that fancy shit.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Right, okay, so...
so what's going on with these floaty lads?
These guys have been possessed by the Hiss, who are the bad guys in the game.
Is it very silly B-movie stuff?
It is kind of, yeah. But basically, yeah, Jessie gets these powers through what the game calls objects of power.
Okay.
So you basically, throughout history, there's been these events that have caused what they call AWEs, which is altered world events. And in there they get these objects of power. Now, to me and you, they just look like...
sandwiches.
Yeah, like they just look like things. So there's...
acorns.
There's like a TV, there's a radio, there's stuff like that. There's actually one bit there's one bit in the game that's just brilliant. Where there's a guy that has to stay constantly watching a fridge.
Right.
Because if he stops watching the fridge, then bad things will happen.
So is this a bit of a weird game? Is this
Yes.
got sort of very much a weird vibe to it?
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing that I will show you in just a second once I've cleared these enemies out. I love the destructibility. It's
very good. I have to say the fact that you can just kind of pick anything up and smack people in the head.
So that's one of the abilities that you get, and obviously it will depend on. I think as you go through the game as well, you get the opportunity to level the abilities up. So you'll eventually be able to grab people. And throw people. So you can see at the minute there's like a white line around certain things. That when you look at them, anything with a white line around you can grab and throw at people.
Does it kind of have a bit of auto-targeting then?
Yeah, like when you... Oh, hello. That's gone wrong. So the weapon that Jessie's got is called the service weapon.
Okay.
So the service weapon, you can change between two forms of it. At the minute I have the basic one, which is grip, and another one which is called spin. So spin, as you'd probably guess, is like a kind of machine gun type one. So I do think it's actually really cool that...
It's very surreal, isn't it?
Yes, so one thing I wanted to show you actually, if you have a look, as you go through the game, you'll see there are just people like floating in the air. It explains why, but I'm not going to explain it here because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, so when you've got the gun out, you can see that's the spin mechanic, spin one.
That's really sweet.
You press X and it goes to the normal one. So like the gun actually changes form as you do.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Like there's two more forms as well, which will obviously offer different things. One's kind of like a sniper rifle, and one's a little bit like a shotgun.
So I'm guessing bad stuff's gone down.
Yes.
In this Bureau of Control.
Yeah. So in the Federal Bureau of Control, there is a
parapsychology.
Yeah. So there's this mysterious enemy called the Hiss.
Okay.
Which have taken over, and you have to kind of run around and take the hiss out, basically.
You can't be anything but an enemy if you call the hiss, can you? Really?
No.
Like you can't be good guys and call yourself the hiss.
It's very much like a 1990s Saturday morning cartoon baddie name, isn't it?
So you're taking the hiss on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm taking the hiss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Well done, Jonathan.
Thank you.
But like the combat's quite good. Once you get a hang of it, and once you certainly pick up some of the abilities, particularly in like the later stages.
Yeah.
There is some really cool stuff you can do. There's a dodge ability, and there is also an ability that you can get, which, and this is one thing that I really do enjoy in games when it comes up, is the ability to sort of take an enemy's health down to a certain point, and then take them over.
Oh, right.
So that they will fight on your side.
Yeah.
And when you're playing, as I say, there's a few hitches when you're playing this, because it's kind of, I'm currently playing this at max settings.
I was going to say, is that just because you're kind of pushing your PC?
I'm
to the
really
limit
pushing my PC.
It looks very beautiful, I have to say.
Yeah. Let's just pick these up.
No,
so
there's an ability like that in Sekiro where you can get enemies onto your side, and it is incredibly satisfying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that in Assassin's Creed, the most recent ones as well, where you can recruit people to your ship.
Yeah. So these are control points.
Okay.
You claim these with I can't remember the name of the person that's with you. There's like a little mysterious being that's with you. I can't remember the name of it.
Right.
Let's actually have a quick look and see in the collectibles. Is it in here? I can't remember. It begins with a P.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll put some text anyway.
Yeah.
Somewhere
up here.
Yeah, somewhere. But basically, that kind of guides you around and sort of shows you where to go in certain spots. But overall, the whole point of the game is to find out what's happened in the Federal Bureau of Control, and where you fit into everything. So this thing is something that they've pulled in from another dimension.
Is it the smoke beast from Lost?
It kind of is, actually.
It does look like.
There is a bit of a Lost vibe to it.
It looks like a late 90s music video. Something you were getting one of those.
Yeah.
With like Chase the Status or something.
Because they were late 90s.
Well, I'm blurring.
Blur were quite
these
things
mid
here
to late 90s.
are they're like power cubes. Oh no, there it is. I need to run away from that.
Oh, it is messing you up.
Yeah. And then the power will be turned on so that you can. Can I do that? No, I'm not having enough power there. So I need to put a power thing over there.
Okay.
Whilst avoiding getting hit by that thing.
Oh, so you can't attack it directly?
No, that's the one thing about that one, is that you can't actually attack that directly, because it will kill you in the face.
It's doing a pretty bloody good attempt at that.
Oh, actually, yeah, I need to go back up there and open the door, draw that out to it, and then put it in. But this is one of the scenes that I found during my review that it really struggled with the frame rate. There has been a patch recently which has improved that quite a lot. I mean, before this was like really chugging, but it's because that thing kind of generates its own light sources.
Right.
So when you're doing that, obviously the ray tracing element of it will create light, and then it will try and draw that path of the light to where it is. And it really does put quite a lot of strain on your graphics card.
Do you think Ben's trying to say that he's able to put ray tracing effects on in his games quite a lot on his
Do you want to see the
PC?
difference?
I'm quite interested. I must say, I've been looking at like the ray tracing stuff in Minecraft that was announced recently, and it's very pretty.
Well, I'll tell you what. I might do it in a separate video.
Okay.
But we'll sort of do that. So this thing here is a hiss cluster. What you have to do is take that out first, and it'll stop healing everybody else. Because if you try and take that person down, you see there's a white cross next to it because they're being healed.
Being healed, yeah.
So
one of those.
Yeah. So this is really awkward because I'm a lot further.
Can you not shoot the hiss cluster then?
You can, yeah. You can take it out by shooting it as well.
Right.
Oh, no, and then I've just died.
Yeah.
So you see there when it said as well, Bureau alerts. They are things that can pop up throughout the game.
Okay.
Just randomly, they're kind of like random events. So you've got to go back to the area where you were filming. Filming? Where you playing.
I love this loading screen, by the way.
It's really nice. Like that kind of it's an aesthetic throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the cover of Metallica's Load and Reload, isn't it?
The content is better though.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, as I said, the whole premise of the game is to find out exactly what's happened here, and find out what's essentially what's
to regain control.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
So
put that in the box.
Just to give you a quick idea.
Yeah.
You take a look here. You can see all of the reflections and everything are being.
And the shadows.
It looks quite realistic.
Yeah.
If you then go into the display settings.
So this is only for PC.
This is only on PC.
PCMR.
Yes. And go off. You can see the difference straight away.
It's just quite flat.
But the difference is.
I mean, you can see the 60 frames a second.
Yeah,
that's
the thing is because with a 2060, it obviously does base level ray tracing.
I mean, it looks fantastic anyway, but I have to say those ray traced visuals do add a little something to it.
Yeah, I mean, this is genuinely the best example so far that I've seen for ray tracing. It's just brilliant. It's got quite a lot of particle effects and things like that as well. Like when you turn it all the way up. Oh yeah, I need to.
Well, there's some really interesting stuff that's going on with like when you defeat enemies and you sort of see almost like sort of smoke or dust or something come up.
Yeah, so it's like
just
it's not, you don't get like puffs of blood. You get puffs of like little rainbow smoke in a way. It's actually really, really good. But yeah, the whole game is full of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed it. I've played it through start to finish, and it's just got so many like cool little touches. It's exactly what you'd expect from Remedy. It doesn't take itself too seriously at all.
Is Matey Boy on any of the screens?
Alan Wake?
Yeah, no.
Max Payne.
The guy, the Remedy.
You saying he's Max Payne?
The Remedy head, who is basically in all of their games. Whose name I can't remember. Sam
something.
It's not Sam Houser. Sam Houser.
No, Sam Houser's
Rockstar. Yeah.
But I don't actually know, to be honest. It's not.
Yeah.
I haven't.
You haven't got that far.
I haven't made a conscious effort. Well, I've finished the game.
Yeah.
But I haven't noticed. So it's not overly obvious.
I mean, I must say I've always been a big fan of Remedy's games since Max Payne. I think they've done some really good stuff, and I for its faults, I even thought Quantum Break was quite underrated.
I really like Quantum Break. I reviewed it and I gave it a 9. Like, I thought it was actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
That was really well executed, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of like a new IP and a new idea, I think Control. It does really well. Like the interactivity that you get in the environments is just. I mean, it's perfect.
Oh, hello.
So there's also the ability there
some
to
melee stuff going on there. So this is Remedy's first game as a indie publisher, effectively, isn't it?
I want to say yes. I mean, obviously they weren't tied to Microsoft previously. I don't think, but Microsoft obviously published Alan Wake
and Quantum Break.
And Quantum Break as well. Yes.
Yeah.
But this is published by 505.
Okay.
Like everything about this game is just really enjoyable. Like the atmosphere is at times genuinely quite creepy.
Yeah.
But overall, it's just got this. There's points in it that actually reminded me quite a lot of. Not Limbo, Inside.
Okay.
In the way of like you've got this kind of weird, shadowy organisation that you've got to get out of.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot more dialogue and there's a lot more actual kind of story in Control. But in terms of the atmosphere it creates, it definitely felt to me similar to that sort of. Game.
It's definitely looks great. I mean, it was kind of on my radar, but having seen it in action, I'm really keen to just get stuck into the story.
Yeah.
I mean, would you say it's a long game? Is it how long are you looking at? Sort of standard, sort of 7-8 hours?
Yeah, kind of 7, 8, 9 hours or so. There are a couple of bits in it that are legitimately tough.
You've taken that whole thing out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was a wall,
yeah.
And now it's not. But that's what I mean. Like everything about it. Like when you're in a fight, you leave it and you know you've been in a fight because the environment's completely knackered.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically anything red in the game is bad. So this is where you cleanse a control point.
He says running straight into the red bit.
Yeah, but watch, you'll see why.
Ah, right, okay.
So the game is set in a place called the Oldest House.
Okay.
Which is a massive skyscraper in the middle of New York. And this is essentially, you have to go around and cleanse the area of the place.
Okay.
So
is it? Oh, carry on, Jonathan. I'm sorry.
I was going to make a very important contribution, actually.
You make your important contribution.
I was going to say, if you say anything red is bad, that is basically capitalist propaganda.
Okay, Andrew, what was your question?
Is it fairly linear, or is there sort of room for sort of exploration elements?
This is the thing that that he actually in the press. Oh, sorry, in the.
Oh, hello, who are these lads?
Yeah, so these are really creepy. So they actually explode when they land.
Oh, nothing like exploding enemies to annoy the living shit out of you.
So yeah, in the press notes that we got with the game, it actually says that this is a lot more open than a game that they've made before, and it is like with the likes of Alan Wake and Quantum Break, you had this kind of A to B to C storyline, and then that was it. But with Control, you get like quite a lot of extra little bits that you can do along the way, and there are actually some bits that I they absolutely passed me by until I'd finished the game. And now I've finished the game, I'm going to have to go back and finish it again, because the one thing I wish I could change about this, it doesn't have multiple save slots.
Right, so you start a new game and that's it.
Yes.
One save slot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that linearity in games is inherently bad.
Is the make of the elevator pain?
Where are you looking?
On the control panel.
Hello?
Pain elevator.
I spelled wrong there.
No,
Not
it's
pain.
probably a nod though, to be fair.
So these are goodies, are they?
Yeah,
these
these
are
are your good guys. These are kind of the Rangers, I think, that are protecting the Bureau. I want to say this thing's called Pandora, but it's not, because that's... I genuinely can't remember what it is off the top of my head. It's really annoying me.
What, Avatar?
No, well, Avatar annoys me in general, yes. But yeah, so the thing is, you can see here, it's like luck and probability. That's one thing as well, actually.
That's a bit...
I've had a weird problem where sometimes the textures won't
bit
load.
grainy.
That's a bit
But
knackered.
if I go into the menu and go display and then change that from custom to high, back to medium, back to high, or is it just kind of display
Inside Baseball.
quality
PT
preset,
Master Race.
medium. So then it
Okay.
immediately puts it back,
Yeah.
and then you revert it back to high, and then it does it. It's a weird bug. There has been a new patch today, but we are playing the pre-patch version.
I was going to say, this is pre-release, isn't it?
Yes.
So, there's
and you can see here,
still
like,
time
there's
to...
a cute little cat, and then
That's one of those little
yeah,
luck cats, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, because you're in luck and probability,
yeah.
aren't
But
you?
there are some weird characters in this, and we're about to see another one of them. But there's an amazing character who's a janitor,
Right.
and he's a Finnish dude, and he'll just start uttering Finnish phrases in this weird kind of my name is Ahti, and you need the janitor's assistant. It's brilliant.
It sounds like Ian McKellen.
It's honestly like it feels a little bit like it's over before it begins in some respects.
All right.
But it's a really enjoyable game. I've had a really good time playing it.
I'm pumped for it, because when I saw it was announced, I was like, well, I like Remedy, I like their shit, so I'll probably get that. And then I kind of forgot about it for a bit.
Yeah.
Until pretty much about 2 days ago when you said you want to come around and look at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, Control's coming out.
Yeah.
And this is sold me pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing as well. Like again, when the textures aren't loading, when it zooms in on our face, it doesn't look great. But on the whole, this game genuinely looks brilliant.
It's on PS4, so it's irrelevant.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
does what it does.
we're used to choppy textures, aren't we?
I mean, my understanding is that it runs at 30 frames on PS4 as standard.
I mean, what kind of noise will your PS4 make while it's playing this? I mean, yours will probably be going into orbit.
Yours
won't
will
it?
probably take off. Oh, sorry, mine will probably take off.
R.I.P. Ben's PS4.
For Inside Baseball, Johnny's currently borrowing my PS4 because his broke. So he's now trying. You see, there you go. Look, it's not loaded the texture.
But you see, the game's so weird, they could almost say, oh, that's a feature, isn't it? Yeah. That's just what life's like in the Bureau of Weird, Freaky Shit. There's things don't load properly.
So yeah, you can change the text resolution down to high, and it'll immediately load it.
Jesus Christ, that is impressively.
Yeah, it's
shonky,
really
actually.
strange, but anyway, I don't quite know why that's happening. I'm hoping that the patch that's been released today fixes that issue.
I do love that it looks like it's like those.
I love that.
Ritual Division.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's great. Yeah.
Like
It's like Preacher, the TV show.
I haven't watched that. I heard
Have you
it was
not seen
bad.
that? Sorry,
I heard it was bad.
apparently they
not
really
bad.
screwed the ending up.
I haven't seen it yet. So
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I've not watched the new series, but they do that with like the titles, like when they go into a new area, it's like boom, sort of puts it on the screen like that. I've forgotten what I was saying.
Oh no, hello. So yeah, it's just a really good, really enjoyable game. Like,
it's the little puffs of smoke. I love it.
the puffs
I love
of smoke.
It.
It's brilliant.
That's one of my favourite things.
Yeah, and like, as you run through it, it kind of all goes. It kind of gets
Amazing.
taken.
I love it.
Taken along with you as well.
It looks like those sort of colour runs that they do, and
Yeah.
all the like sort of the dusty sort of paint jobs that they chuck at people, the students.
I mean, I was hoping that I would enjoy the game going into it. There were a couple of moments, kind of early on, where there were a couple of areas that I got a little bit confused on or a bit stuck on. But overall, like it's really good, really enjoyable.
It's quite intense, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, there's also quite a lot of, as I say, there's some additional
Christ.
stuff. And when you've done, when you've done the additional stuff towards the end of the game, as you go through it, there's some stuff that's really quite hard. And there's one boss battle in particular that's kind of an optional boss.
Right.
That's an unfortunate placement of the texture
I was going to
there.
say.
But yeah, there's one really difficult boss. Which
Oh, is this like a boss battle?
yes,
What we
this
got
is
here?
kind of a little mini boss battle. So anybody anybody with a name above their head.
Right.
So like this is Parakinesiology Chief Lewis.
Yeah.
Anybody with a name above their head is by default a different character, a more difficult character, I should say.
Right.
And they will. Yeah, there's different types of enemies, obviously, and it's just so.
I mean,
much.
that's like RPG 101. If it's a
Yeah.
named enemy, it's a tough boss sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean there is quite a lot to enjoy about this game. So, is there anything else that you guys want to know before we wrap this up?
Can I borrow it?
You'd have to.
You would have to borrow my PC.
Can I borrow your PC?
No,
Okay.
because I've seen what you've done to my PS4.
Rude. It just died of natural causes.
Yeah, all right. Any other questions? I can't talk too much about the intricacies of the story. For
No, I
obvious
think
reasons.
we need to discover that ourselves. That's half the fun of playing games, isn't it?
Yes.
What's the
It's-
other half?
Playing the game.
Cool.
But
Good answer.
I mean, to be fair, this is probably going to be a decent spot to leave it because
Yeah.
you'll see all of the cool stuff that happens in the oldest house as you unlock a new area. But that's probably a decent spot to end the video.
Yeah, I like it. I'm sold.
Yeah.
I said I wasn't going to buy any video games this month, but I might actually get Control.
Yeah.
Because there we
What's
go.
the release on this bad boy?
Control is out by the time you're watching this video. It is out tomorrow.
Oh my words!
Um,
That's so soon.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's tomorrow. But
But
yes,
it's far into the future for us now.
It's future tomorrow for us.
yes.
Yeah.
But soon it will be real tomorrow.
But yeah, honestly,
Start
like,
getting less physical, please don't.
there's quite a lot. So these are, again, just quickly before, these are the objects of power.
Rubber duck.
That's a rubber duck.
Yep.
Very good.
Is it a rubber duck that's dressed as Batman, like those rubber ducks that you can buy now?
No.
Okay.
And that's not. Oh, it's missing. They're all missing.
Oh no! Who's got them? And unlocked untold powers that they will use to murder people.
Is it Max Payne?
Yes, it's Max Payne.
Okay.
But he's the bad guy all along.
It's Max Payne and Alan Wake. They're the two baddies when you get to the end of the game.
Is it Mark Wahlberg
Spoilers.
as Max Payne?
Human was the baddie all along. Humanity.
Man is the bad.
Man is the bad
Isn't
guy.
that basically the crux of the Witcher trailer for Netflix? Man is the bad guy all along.
I mean, that's kind of the crux of The Witcher anyway, if you've
I
ever
mean,
played any of the
it's
games
been
or
done
read
a lot,
any of
but
the
yeah,
books.
sure.
It's very
I mean, I
much,
haven't, 'cause I'm,
yeah.
you know.
But
Anyway,
that's The Witcher.
I'm a
and
normal
this is
person,
Control.
Andrew.
Oh, you also get these little puzzles, which again you can't do.
Ooh,
because
textures.
the textures haven't loaded.
Ooh.
I think it's because I'm pushing my graphics card way too high.
Are you pushing your graphics card way too high, Ben?
Andrew,
Are you,
shut up.
are you
Has it got
turned
ray
on?
tracing?
You turned the ray tracing on it?
I think I know ray tracing. I think it's down the market.
So yeah, these are like little puzzles, but I'm not going to show you how to do them because that will be a spoiler. And we're going to leave the video there. All right, guys, we will see you later on.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.